Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. Oh, it's been a while since we made any Rolodex cards. I think it's actually been a couple weeks. So let's have some fun today. I was outside this morning, and it is hot and steamy, and it's unbearable. And I got thinking about when I was little. Days like this didn't, when you're young and you want to go out and play, or even when you're in the house, we didn't have a lot of air conditioning in our home. We didn't have air conditioning for a long time. We had a big screened-in porch with two really old porch swings on them. Not old, but they're vintage now. I mean, they were new back then. My dad took them what he considered the homestead, and we had those on our back porch. So when it was really hot at night and it was just unbearable, we slept on the back porch on those porch swings. And I still have one today. I actually have both of them. And I wish I could put the second one up, but my porch isn't big enough. But I do have one on there, and there are nights where I have slept. One summer, probably back in like 15, I slept on the back porch a lot. It just brought back a lot of childhood memories. And so I got thinking, it's hot today, and I got thinking about when I was little. So I have an awful lot of these children's books. I have Dick and Jane books. I have all kinds of reading books. This one is Our New Friends. This is the teacher's edition. And in the back, this is the front. Like I said, this is the teacher's edition. And, it explains what the teacher is supposed to do, how she's supposed to teach out of this book. Here's the test that she's to give. Very interesting. And in the back, this is the book that the children, they're given in the beginning of the year. Now, I know they don't have these books anymore. It's just something that people find outdated. It hasn't kept up with times. I have some of these books that are in really good condition. I have those set aside so when I have grandchildren, I can read with them. And this one, I'm not sure what grade. This must be it's got to be first or second grade, because back in the 50s, you didn't really learn how to read in kindergarten like you do now. I think in pre-K they teach you how to read. In kindergarten, you just played. You colored, you learned your colors, you learned your alphabet. It was all about socializing with children, your peers, all kinds of show and tell, naps, playing out on the playground. And then, first and second grade is when, first grade is really when you started to read. By third grade, I remember I was having spelling bees. So these are just really wonderful books to get small images out of. Especially if you're making a junk journal, and if you made or a glue book where you really enjoyed these images, there's so many that you can use and cut out. I come in here for Rolodex cards, for if I do a tag, for a junk journal, because these images, they're just priceless. You just don't see images like this. So that's another idea, that you can get these books here. I'm sure they're sold on eBay. I purchased a lot of these through some gals on Instagram years ago. Some I did get on eBay, but they're just really, really lovely books. And I'm sure they bring back a lot of memories for some of you. So I decided that we were going to do Rolodex cards today based on children's summer activities, indoors and outdoors. So I'd love to have you stick around. And I think these are just going to be really cute. And, maybe you'll take a little walk down memory lane. If you are new to my channel, I would love to have you stick around, watch, take a look at some of my other videos. I'd love to have you subscribe. And for those that, my subscribers that return on a regular basis, I thank you very much. And a big thank you to all of my Patreon gals who support me over there. So I went through the book and I saw, first of all, I saw these two little images. This is a little boy. They're both a little boy, little girl, and they are, first I thought they were using chalks. And I thought, oh, sidewalk chalk, that'd be really cute. But what they are doing is they are sitting in their living room and they are drawing with their crayons and their paper. I'm going to move this down a little bit just so you have a better view. Okay, because these are tiny. So I cut these out and I said, oh, these will be really cute to work with. And then I got thinking about just children in general today. I mean, when I raised my boys back in the early 2000s, I would let them, let me just get this little thing right here. I would let them watch their shows. You know, they'd get up in the morning and they had their routine. I'd give them their sippy cups with their milk, and one wanted orange juice and my other son wanted chocolate milk. And I used to give him chocolate milk and my mother says, She says, why don't you start giving him Ovaltine? It has, you know, a better nutritional value. So I switched over to Ovaltine because, you know, what do they say? Mama knows best. And so that, you know, I would let them have their drinks in the morning. And because they would get up early. They'd get up like 6 o'clock because they went to bed early. I'd put them in bed at 6:30 at night. And they were always asleep by 7. And then that way I could have my evening to myself with my husband. So that seemed to work out really well. And then once they were finished with their breakfast and whatever, but always usually by 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30, they were dressed and ready to go. The TV was off and all they did was play all day. They would color. I had Legos, you know, the big Legos for them when they were smaller, and then I call them the real Legos when they got older. A lot of blocks. I remember I bought them some really large paper blocks that you used to make houses out of. I still have all their stuff too because I didn't want to get rid of it, so when they had children, we could pass it down to their children, or when they came to visit Grandma, they could play with all of that stuff. They had little shopping carts. I remember we bought them shopping carts one year for Christmas. And I set up a store in the playroom. I kept all of the egg cartons and milk cartons, empty milk cartons, and all kinds of things. And they would go shopping. I had a little toy cash register, and I was the clerk that cashed them out, and they had play money. Oh my gosh, we used to have so much fun. I don't even know if children play like that anymore at home. They're, you know, I'd like to think that they do. I don't know if the moms think of that. I don't know. I know now I cringe every time I see a small child and all they're doing is holding a phone, looking at a phone. And I want to do that like this. Yeah, like that. And I don't really have to have... There, I think that might be good. I just want to make sure that the last time I did one of these, I had to cut, and I don't want to cut. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because I do want this here, I'm going to put a little dab here. And I'm going to, let's see, I think I'm going to have to put it down like this. And I'll just have to cut him off a little bit, because his head would be up. And then this little guy, we'll put him right down here like this. I think that'll be good. All right. So I hope everybody is doing well. I know it's so terribly hot, like I said. My daughter-in-law is over in Romania right now, visiting her family, and it's over 100 degrees there. So I hope everyone across the pond and over the rivers and through the woods, I hope it's not too hot. I hope you're staying cool. And I know down in Texas, my son was down in Texas for a little while, and it was over 100 down there. Oh gosh, this heat is just awful. And then last night, our humidity index right now, it's saying it's 71 out, but the humidity index it's 96%, and that raises up the what it feels like outside, and I just can't do it. My husband's outside right now sitting, and he's like, come on out, read your book. I'm like, oh gosh, no, I can't do it. So I hope everybody is, okay, and I don't want anybody to get heat stroke. Just keep drinking, even inside. Okay. I'm just going to get this down a little bit because I don't want that to catch. Yesterday I had to bring my husband to physical therapy. And oh my gosh, he kept saying, "Can we stop by the store? I need some orange juice." I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, honey." I go, playing with our things. I said, I can't. I can't stop. I want to get home. And get inside. I can't think. I don't know about you. I get a little irritable when it's so hot, and I can't cool down. And I know that if I were to go out to the store, I would just really get annoyed at people, and I don't want to do that. I live in a resort area, and there's just too many people. I mean, way too many people that pass through. Because with the town that's next to me, I can avoid the entire resort area, but the town where I go into the post office, because I won't go into our resort town, it's playing with our things. It's just a madhouse. but the town where I go into the post office and I have to, you know, when I go to the bank, all it is it's a pass-through to other places north. And when they get off the exit, and we have to, in order to go into town, you know, this is the interstate right here. They have to come off an exit like here. Then they have to go over a bridge, you know, an overpass to go into the town over here to get to further all their camps and everything. And when I go over the bridge some days, I'll look over to the left and the traffic could be backed up over a mile for people getting off of that off of that exit. And so where we live, if I need to go to the bank, I have to do it on a Monday morning, as early, you know, right when the drive-through wakes up. We've learned you never ever go into town on, you know, starting Wednesday, and never on a Friday. And we do have some back roads that the tourists do not know about. So we can backtrack and we can bypass town. But still, it's hard. So I just I have to stay home. Let's see, how did I want to do this here. Maybe I put her over here like this. And I'm sure you used to play with your baby dolls when you were on a hot summer day. You'd be inside playing with them. We're going to move her over just a little bit. And then you'd get out your coloring books and you would color. And it would just be a wonderful day. And I don't know about you, but my mom used to put a lot of dresses on me. I think it was just because she thought that they were cooler. Let's see. I'd have little short sets. I have wording that I want to put on here, so I may have to just adjust this. I could bring her up a little bit. I'd have short sets that I would wear, but mostly I think my mom would put little dresses on me. Okay, so I'm going to put on here, and I tried to cut these down. Let's see if this will fit. I have how glad, there's glue on this, makes it stick. How glad is the little girl, because she has her baby dolls and she can draw. So I think that'll be cute, just like that. All right, so I'll take that off there. Let me get a little bit on her first. Sometimes it's funny, I don't know, I don't have a idea. I was thinking yesterday that I have to do, I really want to do some Rolodex cards, because I haven't done one in a while. And then this morning when I was out throwing the pool cleaner in, I had to get 2 frogs out of the pool because they were having a party in there. One had already drank too much and passed out and died in the skimmer basket. and 2 were just still kind of swimming and hanging around. So I had to get them out. And I just got thinking about, I don't know why, what would I do if I was little? Would I be out riding my bike, to my friend's house, running up the road with my ball to my friend's house? I'm sure the heat wouldn't bother me. It's just play, play, play. And then that's what I got thinking about these books. Or the Rolodex cards and my books. How glad is the little girl? She's very glad. Glad. These are cute. There. How glad is the little girl? And I don't think I'm going to let this stick up a little bit. I don't think this will bother it in my Rolodex container. And I'm going to get my little stamps. I will stamp them, the backs, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I have them stamped, and the little girls, how glad is the little girl? She's very glad. She's very, very glad. On here, I stamped nostalgic because that's what I'm feeling today. I'm feeling very nostalgic, thinking back of, when I was little and how I used to play and what I enjoyed on these hot, steamy days, and indoors, outdoors, coloring, playing with my dolls, being with my friends. So this one is nostalgic. And then this one here, I'm feeling very grateful because when I had my 2 boys, when I had the twins, I was able to stay at home. I was afforded that, I think, something very special for myself. Not everybody can stay at home. Not a lot of women or gals want to stay at home. I did. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And I was just so grateful that I could do that, and that my boys were raised in a time well before cell phones, where outdoor play was still very, very important. Indoor play was extremely important. So yeah, I'm feeling very grateful, feeling very nostalgic, and feeling very grateful today. So I'm going to get these in my Rolodex. I hope you enjoyed these really sweet little Rolodex cards. Remember, think out of the box. And if you go to that library sale, go to the children's department or the children's section, see what they have. And again, you don't always have to have large images. Don't always think of a junk journal or, collaging that way. Think of small art as well, and get some of these books with little tiny images in them. So that's all I've got for you today, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love to have you give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I will see you in my next video. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.